Hello friends, welcome once again. We are learning web development using PHP. In this part, we are continuing PHP object oriented programming, and the topic that we are discussing in this chapter is access modifiers. Access modifiers are used to control where can we access properties and methods of a class. So whenever we create some properties or methods in a class or while defining a class, so we have three type of access modifiers: public, protected and private. Public modifiers can be accessed from everywhere. If you will not write this keyword public, if you will not write access modifier public, then your properties and methods will be public and they can be accessed from everywhere. Protected modifiers can be accessed within the class and by classes derived from the parent class. So in upcoming chapters we will see how we can create child classes from a parent class or how we can create derived classes. So while creating derived classes, these protected modifiers can be accessed within the class and by classes derived from the parent class. Then we have this private modifier. It can only be accessed within the class. So suppose we have set a particular variable to private, then that variable can only accessed within the class and cannot be accessed outside the class. So now let's see some respective examples. In this chapter I will give you a very basic example. I will give you an example of public, private and protected properties mainly. So I am creating a new class here in my code at line number 3. I am creating a new class called vegetable. In vegetable class I am setting some properties or attributes here, but before these property variables like name, price and color, let's say these are name of vegetable will go in the name variable, price of vegetable will go in the price variable and color in the color variable. You can see I have set the name as public, the price is a protected value and color is a private attribute. So price will be protected attribute, public name will be there and private color. So as per the definition of these modifiers, this public name can be accessed from anywhere. That means anywhere means within the class. Suppose there is a particular function here, let's say function get name. So in function get name, when you will create this function, so you can print something like this: echo, you can use return also, echo this name. So you can see this public attribute can be used by this function get name, and this public attribute can be used by the objects also. So here you can see in line number 14 I have created a new object of vegetable class. So here $pumpkin is a new object of vegetable class. So whenever you go and buy some vegetable, let's take some example of real world. Whenever you go and buy some vegetable, so in the market of vegetable there are various types of objects. All those objects belong to vegetable class, but they are all different objects. And how do we identify them? We can identify them with their name, their color, and there can be other attributes also like their weight, their size and things like that. So we can create any number of attributes in a class, and that's how we identify any particular object on the basis of definition of the class. Sometimes we identify objects on the basis of their behavior also. So this is something, a behavior, or it can be called as a function also, a method. This can be a method, a behavior, or a, you can say, or a function, what it does. So in this line, pumpkin is a new object of vegetable class. We have created it. We have not used any constructor function. That's why here I am not setting anything here like name here, which we saw in the previous examples, because this is just a demonstration of this public, private and protected access modifiers on properties. Here we are trying to set name of pumpkin. So we are trying to set name of this particular object. Public, setting name of object. Similarly, we are setting price of object and setting color of object here. So when we are setting this, so what is happening here, clearly see that this pumpkin object is accessing the name attribute of vegetable class, and it is setting it to a string value pumpkin here. This pumpkin object is accessing the price attribute of vegetable class and setting an integer value 12,600, and this pumpkin color is being set to yellow. Let's say this is price of, let's say, 100 kg of pumpkin. It can be anything. So what is being done here now, you can see some properties are public, some are protected, and some are private. So protected properties can only be accessed within the class and by the child class objects, which we will see in upcoming chapters. In this case, these two lines are going to produce an error here, because when we are creating this protected property here, when we are trying to access this protected property, its protected nature will protect it from not being accessed by the objects outside the class or by the object here, because as per its definition can be accessed by this class, this class mainly, this class or child classes or derived classes. Child and derived classes is one and the same thing here. So now you can see. So we will see some error at line number 18, and we will also see error at line number 19. Now let's see here. We will not see error at line number 11 because we'll see, because all of them can be accessed by this class. So first let's see some example. First just ignore this and let's execute this. So we are in the folder of object oriented programming, which is safe.localhost htdocs. XAMPP is running here, Apache and MySQL modules are running, and now I will click this access modifiers.php. See an error on line number 18, cannot access protected property vegetable price. You cannot access this property because it's protected. You cannot access it directly. If you have to access it, you have to, or you must use a function. So I will now hide this and reload it. Now there is an error on line number 19, cannot access private property vegetable color. So an object of this class cannot access the private and protected properties. It can only access this property. Let's hide this also, and now let's run this. So we'll be able to see nothing because we have not printed anything, but at least we are sure that there is no error on line number 17. Now using this method has no access modifier written before it, so it's by default public. So using this method here, so we can write object name pumpkin, this arrow, and then get name. So you can get the name of this particular object because this get name function has a work of returning this. We can create three such methods: get name, get price, and let's say get color. This dot price, and this will be this arrow color. In this part I will not use the other methods because we have not set the names yet. We have not set the price and set the colors yet. So we have not set these attributes, so we cannot use it, but we can actually get name here. Let's execute this. You can see we are getting the name here. So the best way is to use a constructor function. We can use a constructor function also, and we can use these functions also. So using these functions we can set name to something, we can set price to something. So set name, set price, and set color. So now we have three functions which are setting something, which are setting name and price and color. We have three more functions which are getting the name, price, and color. There are various ways of doing this, but because we have to understand these three things, so I will use a simple separator here. So in this part we are setting the values, and in this part we are getting the values. For setting the values we have to use some attributes also. This attribute can be anything, like let's say $x. So you just have to write this name is equal to this attribute here. Whatever attribute will be provided at the time of accessing this function. Set price is equal to x, and echo this price is equal to $x, and set color is equal to x, and this color is equal to x. You can see how we are setting these variables. So x is an attribute here, and in this simple public function, whatever this x will be, it will become the name. Here it will become the price, and here it will become the color. And now I can hide this line because to set the name we have a specific function here, and to get the name there is a function. But first we will talk about setting the name. So using pumpkin we will set the name. So set name, and let's say name is obviously pumpkin. Set price, and let's say price is 1200, and set color, let's set the color this time as green. So using these three methods of vegetable class, by using this object, because this object is of this particular class, so it can access all the public methods of this class. And set name, set price, and set color, and get name, get price, and get color are all public methods of this class. And these methods need one argument, and we have provided that argument. And similarly you can get name, because in get name we don't have to use any argument. we can get price, and we can get color. And you can see in this argument we don't have to write it. What we can do here, I will copy a simple echo break here so that you can see these three values in different lines. And now what we are trying to achieve here is whatever values we have set with the use of set name, set price and set color, we will get them with get name, get price and get color. Let's try to execute it. So why were we able to get these values? Because the functions were public here. Although the variables inside them were public, protected and private, but these functions were public and these variables were used inside these functions, and hence these functions enabled them to set price, set color and get name, get price, get color. We were not able to access them directly, but by a public function we can get that because that function is public. Now what I will do here, I will call this set price function as protected. First I will do this. So set price is protected, and let's see. Uncaught error, call to protected method vegetable set price. So in a similar way, as we cannot access these protected and private properties or attributes directly, we cannot access these methods and functions directly. So that's why this line is giving an error here. Let's hide this line and let's set this public functions set color to private. So we have public, protected and private, and private function can be accessed only by this class. So there is no way this function can be accessed by an object directly, set color green. So we will most likely see an error on line number 39. You will see call to private method vegetable set color. So properties and methods can be created, and at the time of creating those properties and methods, or at the time of defining those properties and methods, we can set these access modifiers. We can set their access level. We can set whether they can be accessed by this class or they can be accessed by the child classes and this class, or they can be only accessed by, or they can be accessed freely. So private methods and private attributes can be accessed by this class only. Can be accessed by this class, derived class. Derived class is the child class. This class, derived class, and objects. So objects can access them directly, but objects cannot access protected price and private color directly. But if a public function is used, so because this is public function and this is protected price, so this protected price can be used inside a function because this function is of this particular class, and that's why we are not seeing error anywhere on line number 13, 14 or 17, because these public, protected and private variables can be accessed by these methods because these are methods of this class only. So in the next chapter we will learn how to create a derived class using parent classes, properties and functions. What is the benefit of derived class? And then the concept of this public, protected and private access modifiers will be more clear to you. I hope here also you can clearly see that if you are talking about an object can only access those methods of a class which are public. So pumpkin can set name, it is true, but pumpkin cannot set color. And because it cannot set color and price, so it cannot get price and get color. But because set name is a public function and get name is a public function, so we can use that. And again we are seeing the output here. I hope you have understood this concept. In the next part we will discuss more about object oriented programming.